Baker, how's the sorry? Go ahead. Baker, how's the body feeling? The knee?
Pretty sore. Just that time of the year. One day at a time at this point, but I'll be good.
Do you feel better than you did at least on Sunday?
Yeah, a few hours removed.
Baker, usually after the game when you're asked about playing the next week, you're really emphatic, yeah, I'll be out there. Sunday seemed to have a different tone. Are these injuries just wearing you down a little bit?
Yeah, this is probably the most beat up I've ever been in my career. And it's not like it's one particular thing, it's multiple. Got a lot of crime out in Berea right now.
I thought you called the ambulance for you.
I might have. I don't know. No, it's just that time of the year, and things add up, and just a couple things after another. So it is what it is.
Baker, what do you think what you guys have to do to bounce back from a not very good offensive effort in New England?
All around, we just have to execute. Go out there and play for each other, execute the game plan, and find a way to make the plays, make enough plays to win the game.
I think everybody's trying to put their finger on why the passing game is not gelling like it should. Do you have any theories on what's wrong? I know you guys got a lot of injuries and there's a lot of variables at play here.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of factors, but we're working on it and doing whatever it takes to get it fixed.
Are teams maybe catching up to you guys from the success you had last year?
I wouldn't necessarily say that because each year you try and change things up. So it's a week-to-week league. So we just have to find ways to make plays.
How tough is it, Baker, that you're probably not able to do the things you want to do given all the injuries? And how much do you think they're affecting what you can do on Sundays?
There's definitely a couple plays where I look back and say maybe would have used my feet here and there, but have to adapt. Nobody's going to feel bad for you. It's not an excuse. You just have to find a way to make a play.
Kind of off that, Baker, do you feel like there's been less play action a little bit and just kind of getting outside of the pocket? Getting bootlegs, I should say, just kind of with the ankle and now the foot.
In a game like last week, you're kind of having to just go from shotgun, and you're not able to keep in front of the chains. You have to just run the plays to try and keep up, and we obviously didn't make enough plays early on to have that be an equal game.
Hey, Baker, I know you want to get out there, obviously. Would a week off do you some good, though? Would that help you heal up to where you could then really be yourself over the last 6 games?
At this point, I'm just taking it one day at a time. I got plenty of time till Sunday, so we'll see what happens.
Baker, you guys have been up and down. Do you feel like the energy and the focus are still good as you guys get back to work today?
It will be refocused. I know that. I know we'll handle business. That's what matters.
Are you definitely planning on playing Sunday at this point?
Yep.
Are you going to be able to practice today?
I don't know yet. We'll go inside and gather the troops and talk about it, but we'll see. We just had a walkthrough, and Wednesdays are a lot of mental stuff considering how guys are banged up right now anyway. So get all that done and see what I can do. There's no reason to make things worse if I don't need to.
What was your Monday like? Did you have to get the knee checked out a bunch? I'm just asking because Sunday we saw you after the game and it looked pretty difficult to walk.
Yeah, Monday was a little difficult to walk as well. A little bit more sore, but one day at a time. Keep getting better, keep getting rehab and treatment, and move on.
Were you worried when you left that stadium Sunday that it could be something, the ligament or anything like that?
No, on the field, Dr. Booz checked out. Nothing structural. Had the X-ray after the game. Like I told you guys, there was nothing structural with the bones or anything like that. So, caught the nerve on the outside of my leg, made it go numb. So the outside of my knee is sore and tender, but that numbness where you can't feel your legs is pretty scary. So, hadn't had that before, but it's another new thing for me.
Is that gone now?
It is.
Baker, how mentally challenging has this been for you? Not only to deal with the physical stuff, but you guys aren't playing the way you came into the season hoping you'd be able to play. There's been some other things that have happened early in the season. Just how difficult has this been on you from a mental and emotional standpoint?
Yeah, it's been tough, but I don't think anybody gives a damn. So, there's no reason to get into that. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to feel bad for us. So, it is what it is. It's all right.
Have you guys hashed out anything with the offense? Just like maybe throwing some ideas around just to see if you can come up with some new things?
we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Yeah, changes need to be made, but execution and there's plays to be made that we haven't. So that's where we're at right now. It's not, oh, we have to sit down and do everything completely different. We need to be able to execute and put the ball in our playmakers' hands and let them go to work.
Two guys that have been very dependable for you as a quarterback, Jarvis and Richard, and neither one are either getting out the opportunities or the production. From your perspective, why do you think that is, and how can you get both of those guys back involved in the offense?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of when you play a team like the Patriots, they take your strength away. So things like that in the running game, they're going to try and do just that. So I mean, we'll find ways to get Jarvis involved back in the game plan. There's no doubt about that. He's a tempo setter for us. He's an extremely good leader and locker room guy for us, and everybody knows that. So, and then when it comes to Higgy, just going through my reads and putting the ball in a position where he can catch it and make plays when it's necessary, but not trying to force it and overdo it. But you know, like I said, we'll find ways to get the ball in 80's hands and get going again.
When guys talked after the game about being accountable to each other, like, how does that manifest itself? How does that show up on whatever Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
Tough conversations, realization, being honest with yourself. It's a humbling process. You know, it's very easy to look around and try and find excuses, but when it comes down to it, we have 6 more games or 7 more games right now to be able to figure out how to make it work. And we have a lot of division games in front of us, and that's the most important part.
Think guys are willing to do that and have done that, have had those tough conversations and looked in the mirror?
Yeah, I think a lot of our guys are ready to do that. I mean, majority that I've spoken with, I mean, everybody that I've spoken with has had the same idea that we just have to go make it work, find a way to do it. Now, I haven't spoken to everybody, but on offense, we're ready to roll and ready to get back out there. I don't think Sunday can come quick enough.
Kind of off that, Baker, is it like a team setting thing, or is it more individual guys? Is it position groups? Like, I guess after a frustrating loss, was it needed that somebody got up in front of the whole team to speak?
I mean, it's not necessary to have some rah-rah speech. Everybody knows we got our ass kicked. It's 45-7. It's pretty blatant. So it is what it is. You got to swallow it. You got to move on. You got to get better. You got to own it as a team because we lost as a team. It's not on one person. So handle it that way and move forward.
Is Jarvis one of the guys you've spoken to? And I guess, I mean, you guys have been together for so long. I mean, what are those conversations like?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that we could go left unsaid, but these are the times where counting on Jarvis to be the leader he is, to grab extra guys in the locker room, to make sure everybody's got that focus on this week, and to realize that it feels like our season's over, but we're sitting here at 500 with a lot of division ball left, and an opponent that's playing pretty well right now. Had a lot of close games. I know their record doesn't indicate that, but they play really hard. They're led by a head coach that, he epitomizes toughness and accountability and effort. So we have to be ready for that. But we're counting on all of our leaders to step up and do those things. That's what you bring these guys in here for. And so that's a part of that accountability that we talk about, is holding that standard and living up to it every day.
Baker, non-football question on the Feed the Needs coming up. Jarvis had his drive this week. I saw Hollywood's got one coming up. Just what does that mean to have so many guys on the team that are so community-oriented?
Yeah, I mean, I've said it multiple times. We have a really good locker room with, a lot of great human beings. So it just shows the type of people we have in this locker room and, who they are outside this field. It goes far beyond football because, the life after that is much longer than the period while you play. So they have a true caring mentality and want to give back and help people. And Jarvis has always been like that. Higgy wants to help. I mean, there's a ton of guys that do all that stuff. The list could go on and on, but it's great to see things like that.
Baker, Julio Jones is going to be executed tomorrow unless Governor Kevin Stitt intervenes between now and then. What is your message to the governors, considering you've been an advocate for Julius for a long time now?
Yeah, it's pretty rough, to be honest with you. That's not something that's easy to talk about. Been trying to get the facts stated and the truth to be told for a while, but it's tough to think about. Tried and tried. It's a shame that it's gotten this far. We're 24 hours away, so it's tough. Hopefully God can intervene and handle it correctly, and do the things he needs to do.